Hello and welcome to this video where we will be reviewing how to ensure your security environment is PCI compliant leveraging FireMon's powerful PCI reporting features. FireMon understands the need to be compliant with the Payment Card Industry Data Security Standard or PCI DSS to safeguard customers' personal payment data. This area of security greatly affects cardholders as well as the company holding the data and therefore must undergo an extra measure of security. In this video, we will look at how to configure and run FireMon's PCI DSS assessment against your compliance zones to ensure your customer's data is safe and you are ready for the next PCI audit. We'll start by looking at the PCI DSS assessment in the administration page of the SIP Web UI before reviewing the setup. We'll click on Compliance and Assessments and then find the PCI DSS assessment. The PCI assessment is different from other FireMon assessments in that you cannot duplicate it in order to modify which controls are included. This is due to a copyright on the assessment as it was created in collaboration with the PCI Security Standards Council. That being said, the many controls used in the assessment follow the industry standard compliance guidelines used by many companies. We'll click on the assessment and then on Assessment Builder, which contains the many controls. As we can see, there are many types, including requirements, guidance, and vendor-specific controls. We'll move down to the assignment section where we can assign specific devices or device groups to the assessment, which allows us to view the assessment data in the Security Manager dashboard. We will press Save here and proceed. If the need is only to run the report immediately, we can go to Security Manager, Reports, Reports Library to view the list of reports, then click on PCI DSS. We can see here that along with the device or device group, we need to choose the network segments designated as PCI zones as well as the necessary services. Now to specify which segments and services are assigned to the zones and services in these fields, we need to go to Administration, FireMon Objects, and Compliance Zones. Here we can either edit the listed zones to include the network segments or create our own. Creating a zone is simple as all it needs is a name and an optional description, and then we can designate which segments will be included. Save and move on to the service groups, where we will use the same procedure to specify the needed services. We can also schedule reports to run automatically from the administration page by clicking on System, Reports, and then Create. Here we'll once again find the PCI DSS report. The same options are available to us with the addition of the scheduling and notification configurations. As with any of the other reports, when we click into the Scheduling Properties section, we are able to choose the frequency at which the report can be run, including now, just once, periodically, using cron statements, or whenever a change is detected. When the report is finished running, we can view it either by clicking on the link in the blue toast notification at the top right, or go to the Security Manager page, Reports, and My Reports. As we review the report, the first thing to take note of is the device compliance under Summary, as this will tell us whether the PCI network is compliant according to the controls in the assessment. In the control results, we see the controls descriptions once again and whether they passed or failed. Finally, the section Results displays a more granular view of the 49 controls, whether the requirements are in place or not, and any related instructions. In conclusion, the PCI DSS assessment is a great tool to evaluate your PCI environment and stay a step ahead of auditors. Portions of the list of controls were provided by the PCI Security Standards Council, providing peace of mind and assuring quality information. The only requirements are to configure compliance zones and service groups specific to your PCI segments. You will need to assign which devices or device groups to run the report against, and either schedule how often the report will run, or run it ad hoc as needed. For more information, see the FireMon Administration User's Guide found in the User Center at usercenter.firemon.com.